It's time for the Southern Scene, and we've got you covered. We're at the Telfair Museum's Pop Art Pop-Up Party. We're taking you back in time to the 1970s. It's going to be quite an event, and the show's going to be great. So get out your disco shoes and get ready. The Southern Scene starts now.
Arts, entertainment, food, fashion, and fun. Now, here's Natalie Hendricks with the Southern Scene.
It is a Studio 54 disco party. And don't change that channel because you are watching the Southern Scene. No, you're not seeing double. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Southern Scene. I'm WSAV's Natalie Hendricks, and we have our Southern Scene cameras at the Telfair Museum's Jepson Center for the Pop Art Pop-Up Party. And believe me, this is where it's all happening. You hear the disco music, it's food, fun, excitement, great costumes, and a step back in time to the 70s. Of course, we're here with our partner, South Magazine, who've also partnered with Telfair for the new pink installation for artist Ann Ferrer, who you'll hear from in just a little while. Also in living color, the prints from Andy Warhol. So let's check it out. Who is the director and CEO of Telfair Museums. Lisa, tonight's quite an event.
Oh, it's such an exciting night here at the Jepson Center. We're kicking off a fabulous spring season of exhibitions that all focus on color. As you can see, we've got a fabulous hot pink sculpture that we just installed today, and we have a great Andy Warhol in living color exhibition. So we're having so much fun here at the Jepson Center.
Why an exhibit like this for our area? Because you know what, this is a favorite among a lot of people.
Well, you know, we like to have fun here, and we like to bring art to Savannah that brings joy to people, gets people out, gets them out in the community and enjoying the museum, the outdoor space, and so adding color and vibrancy and a great artist like Andy Warhol. You just can't get better than that.
What can you say about the art culture and how it's just really expanded here in our area? And why is it important for the Telfair Museums to really reach out to our community and invite folks in to really hone this and to highlight the art that we see out there?
Sure. Well, I moved to Savannah about 4 years ago, and I was blown away by the level of art in this community. You know, it's really incredible, from all the art students who are walking around on our streets to the great museums that we have. It really is a really fabulous place to learn about art. And what I also think is great is maybe it's just something about Southern hospitality, but we just like to open our doors and make friends with everybody who comes in. And so certainly as a community that, you know, welcomes so many visitors to town who come to walk around our historic squares and see, you know, really see what life is like here, I think art is a valuable part of that experience. You know, it's also great to come in. People like to come in and get out of the heat sometimes in the summer. We have, you know, it's a fabulous place, days out with the kids. We have a great children's art hands-on area, sort of a children's museum inside the Jepson Center.
I was going to say, you offer something for everyone. I mean, it's not just for the art enthusiasts. I mean, you really reach out to the kids as well.
That's right. We really do. I have 3 children of my own. They've grown up, you know, where coming to a museum is mom's work. So it's fun, you know, but I think it's really important that we introduce kids to art at a young age, and we try to just make it really easy for people. You know, come in, have a day, have fun, bring your kids, and really enjoy the experience.
A lot of Southern Scene viewers watching right now, and maybe they're not familiar with Andy Warhol. I can't imagine if they aren't, in living color, and they've never heard of Ann Ferrer. What would you say to them to get out here to Telfair Museums and take a look at everything that you guys have on hand here?
Well, I'd say give it a try. You never know until you try. And we really do offer something for everyone.
are so happy to have her in Savannah. And let me tell you, her artwork as the backdrop is phenomenal. And thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too, and I'm very happy to have been invited here. The space is fabulous. Savannah is fabulous. It's summertime here. It's freezing in Paris, so I'm really happy to be here.
Let's talk about your artwork. How did you get the idea? I mean, what is your inspiration when it comes to these wonderful, huge things that you do that are so bright and colorful?
The inspiration comes mostly from the animal world, the flowers also. So something very naive, very innocent, but I like to mix something very pretty with something almost grotesque and fun.
Oh, I love that. You know, we're all familiar with the old saying, less is more, but you really believe in more is more. You like going big and better, and let me tell you, that is music to my ears. I absolutely love it. The bigger, the better. Why is that where you're concerned?
Well, it's actually, I don't want to make something too discreet. I came with that piece in my suitcase, and the piece, we inflated it in the space, we hung it, and I like a lot of discretion, so the piece is very tiny, and suddenly it becomes big. It's like a French souffle that inflates in front of you.
I absolutely love it. And what does it feel like to absolutely touch it? Because you can actually, I mean, all of your artwork is always elevated, so you can't really touch it.
Yes, it makes you want to touch it, but it's too high. It's about desire. When you desire something and you can't have it, it tastes even better.
That makes it bigger, it makes it better, and you just want more of it.
Yes.
What do you think of Savannah? And you've been here now, I think, for a day or two. What do you think for Savannah? And what would you like to say to all of our art enthusiasts out there to come on down and take a look at your wonderful artwork?
I love you, Savannah. You should all come over here. It's great. And I think it's a wonderful city. It's summertime, and maybe it's like that all year long.
It's absolutely gorgeous. You know what? It's my favorite place in the entire world. This is really the place that everybody comes and everybody enjoys. We're so glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Don't go away. We're shaking our groove thing at the Telfair Museum's Jepson Center Pop Art Pop-Up Party. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Southern Scene on WSAV and MyLC. Well, are you blinded yet by the disco ball and all the sparkles around? I love this disco music. It's really like being in Studio 54 because it's a disco party. We're here with our partners, of course, South Magazine, and of course, we're at the Telfair Museum's Jepson Center, and it's the Pop Art Pop-Up Party, and this is where it's happening. Take a look at Anne Ferrer's artwork. I mean, the hot pink installation exhibit is absolutely incredible. And if you haven't taken the time to get to Telfair Museum's Jepson Center, now's the time to come and see it. Okay, you know what? This is where it's all happening at the Telfair Museum's Jepson Center. We're at the Pop Art Pop-Up Party, and of course with our good friends South Magazine. And joining me right now is editor Paula Fogarty. Hi, Paula. It's good to see you.
Hey, Natalie. Great to see you, too. How are you doing?
What a great event tonight. Now, South Magazine, you guys know how to help put on a party.
Well, we try our best. We certainly know how to have a good time, and we couldn't be more thrilled with our partners at the Telfair Museums because they're really bringing pop art to the streets here in Savannah in a really fun way, and we love it.
Why is it so important to South Magazine to be a part of events like this in our area, and specifically with the Telfair Museums?
Well, it's important to show people of Savannah that we really have a national platform for the arts. The Telfair Museum is really on a national stage here for the arts, and a lot of local Savannahans don't realize that.
You know, South Magazine really believes in promoting artists not only in our area but all over, and that's always been very important to promote the art scene here, especially here in the South.
Oh, absolutely. The Low Country is full of very creative people, and that's why one of the reasons we call it the Creative Coast. So the more we can do to bring out these great stories about our creative population, the better we all do.
And of course, we're talking about Ann Ferrer, the Think Pink, the exhibit, and then also in living color, Andy Warhol. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, you've seen the exhibits, I'm sure. What do you think of those exhibits?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, Andy Warhol is a legend. He's been here for more than 15 minutes at the Tel Fair, but back again with some of his friends like Frank Stella and Louise Bourgeois, and really the great pop artists of the 60s and 70s who made magic out of Prince.
So, of course, we have the issue right now that are on shelves. Is it on the shelves now?
It's on the shelves now. It's our travel and adventure issue, and it is chock-a-block full of all kinds of travel and great adventure ideas for the Low Country.
What's coming up for South Magazine as we step into the future? Anything major coming up that we can expect?
Well, yeah, you can expect a few major things. We're stepping more into the world of fashion. We've got a great fashion stylist in Ashley Borders who's actually wearing a blow-up inflatable outfit made by the artist Ann Ferrer tonight.
I was going to say, you guys don't just talk the talk. You walk the walk when you get involved with an event.
The walk. We do it. We get in it with both feet. Yes, ma'am.
You know, Michael Brooks really has put together a great product here in our area, and it's really getting national attention, and it's just incredible, and we love being partners with you guys.
Well, we love your partnership too, Natalie. Thank you so much.
It's always great to see you.
You too.
Don't forget to pick up your issue. Don't go away. We'll have that and more when we come back. Stay with us. We're having a great time here. So much fun at the Tel Fair Museum's Jeffson Center, along with our good friend South Magazine. Of course, you know, everywhere you look in Savannah, you see artwork. I mean, there's sculptures, there's paintings, there's prints all over the place. And of course, we can't deny the jewelry. Of course, what we call wearable art, which I absolutely love. And in our next segment, we're going to highlight a husband and wife team who took her artistic skill and talent along with his nose of business, and they put it into a thriving career.
Andreas and I moved to Savannah, and I was home with my 9-month-old, and you know, it's at the point where we were just starting our family, so I needed something kind of fun to do. I would do scrapbooking, card making, and I'd have classes at my house. And it was at one of those that one of my friends was like, oh my gosh, you need to try metal stamping. You would love it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go check it out. So she told me about a website online that I could go learn how to do that. And I just kind of like watched the videos and took the classes online, and I learned how to metal stamp and like what kind of things to buy and the tools that I needed. And then I just started like dabbling around with it. And then I just opened an Etsy shop, and I started like listing pictures of all the items that I had, and I started selling stuff.
It was prompted by the fact that we really loved Savannah, and we enjoyed the lifestyle we have here with our family. So when I was looking around for jobs to change, you know, careers, I wasn't finding them. So for years she had been doing you know, craft work, and then she got into the jewelry and was always kind of bugging me. I have experience doing web and, you know, online commerce, et cetera, et cetera. So finally, when I was kind of running into roadblocks to find something that was really going to be gratifying for me, give me the lifestyle that I want, we took a much closer look at it, you know, to realize that she was beyond the hobby crafting stage of things. So when we looked at that, and I stepped back and I looked at the market to see what's the deficiency in it. So we had this dream to create exceptional jewelry and also change the way people shop for it. So when I looked online, we saw that the majority of businesses were what I call custom modified jewelry, right? You can change maybe the font, you can change a couple characters, but you can't move them where you want. You can change the color of a stone, but you can't change the position. So that's where we came up with this plan.
We get a phone call for us to make a charm that it's a silver charm, 5/8 like dime size charm, and it says 21E on it, and it has a silver rim. And the girl didn't like say much about anything. She just, you know, ordered it. And then when she received it, she called up and she was like, oh my gosh, I love my charm. You don't know how meaningful it is to me. She goes, I was one of the survivors on the Miracle on the Hudson, and that was my seat number. I was like, what? So that's how personal, like, the jewelry is really meaningful. It's not just, oh, cute, like, it's not the everyday, like, costume jewelry stuff. It's, like, meaningful. People wear this stuff every day, and it's like an heirloom. They keep it forever, and they hand it down. Like, I'm planning on handing down my, you know, all my little kids' charms to them, and then like their wives can, or their husbands can, you know, wear it, or I don't know. It's just really, and rings, we do lots of wedding bands. These are also little Stecker rings. I have white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold for each of my kids, like, I don't know. And then this little cuff, it says up to the moon, down to the night, and that's Kyan's, my oldest, saying that he used to say as a little kid. It was really cute. I love it. So it's great for memories. It's like, it's awesome.
Of course, you know, we are all about the arts for this event. But just listen, I cannot get that music out of my mind. I love it. I used to listen to it all the time on the radio. And speaking of the radio, you know, many of us may not remember many, many years ago sitting around with our families and listening to those old-fashioned radio programs. Well, if that's something that you want to remember or you want to introduce your family and friends to, well, there's something upcoming that you definitely want to take part in. It is the 1940s upcoming Radio Comedy Hour being produced by the East Georgia State College Performing Arts Club.
It deals with a certain time period in history where really the whole country came together because of fighting World War II. And the comedy was one of the things that kept the country going just as much as the camaraderie. So that's why I'm doing a 1940s Radio Comedy Hour, and that's mixed with the commercials of the 40s as well. A lot of this comedy is being lost because this was real comedy. This was dealing with plays on words, and this was dealing with situations, and true comedy is character and situation. And that's what always made things funny. And that's why Jack Benny ruled the radio for so many years, is because it was his character put in all of these different situations. Nowadays, we don't have that type of comedy. But when people from today's generation, as well as generations past, listen to it and see it, it's just as funny today as it was back there in the 40s. Now, many of the things that we're doing are comedy routines that a lot of the 40s comedians did. But we're also doing things that harken back to when they started, and that's vaudeville, because that vaudeville was still big in that time period. So we're doing a lot of vaudeville sketches as well that would have been done on radio.
Well, I play actually a funny role. I get to actually, it's between me and another young lady, and we're actually having a dying scene. But it's not like the dying you're thinking of. It's a different kind of dying, but it's very funny, and we both have to figure out what kind of dying we're talking about.
Having comedic timing is critical to any vaudeville routine. And so the fact that we're giving these students and even some of the faculty members who haven't had this opportunity before, I think it's really going to work.
They can go to the East Georgia State College website, and that's www.ega.edu. Now, the dates we're talking about Thursday, April the 30th, and Friday, May the 1st. 2 chances to see it, and it's at 8 o'clock, and it's only $5.
Of course, we're back here at the Telfair Museum.
miss you.
I miss you so much. You got to come see us on the Southern Scene.
Soon, very soon.
So now here you are tonight at the Pop Art Pop-Up Party. Why is this so important for Leochis to be involved?
We've been there from the beginning, and we're still going to be there, so that's why we continue doing it.
Now, Roberto, you've got a lot of great things going on. We've been paying attention and following along. All kinds of great dishes, new things coming up. I mean, tell us what's going on with Leochis.
Just new menus, going back to the basics, and just being there with the community and being the neighborhood restaurant.
You're always all over the place. You've had a lot of national attention lately. That's got to feel incredible.
Yeah, we got the top 10 dish of the whole South Beach Food and Wine Festival, so that was great.
That is wonderful. You got to come on the Southern Scene, and we've got to cook up some dishes. I miss you.
Okay, very soon.
Okay, always great to see you. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for us. I want to thank you for joining us for the Southern Scene for this year's Pop Art Pop-Up Party. We want to thank our good friends at Telfair Museum's Jepson Center. They have all kinds of wonderful things going on here. We want to thank them for letting the Southern Scene bring our Southern Scene cameras in and being a part of their great event. We also want to thank our good friends at South Magazine. Of course, we have a great time with them as well, all over Savannah and the Coastal Empire and Low Country. And make sure you pick up their magazine. It's on stands now. Now remember, you can see the Southern Scene twice now. That's right, weekdays and weeknights. Weekdays on WSAB at noon, and of course weeknights 7 p.m. on MyLC. And if you have a story idea for us, or you'd like to send us a message, well, we're easy to find. You can find us on Facebook, The Southern Scene. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, or you can always go to our website, WSAB.com. Just be sure to click on our Southern Scene page. Remember, what's important to you will always be important to us. And besides, we love hearing from you. And as always, keep your eyes open. Our Southern Scene cameras are always out and about, and you never know when you might be seen on the Southern Scene.